retro racing reports from El Centro. This is the California Midwinter Fair event. It's essentially the start of the season for the CRA sprint cars. This is 1985. They ran a two-day event, Saturday and Sunday, March the 2nd and March the 3rd, 1985, the beginning of CRA's 40th season. This also marks the 100th edition of Retro Racing Reports. It started last summer and try to put them out every so many days, no set schedule, and we're up to number 100. I do appreciate the feedback that I get, and it's wonderful. I've been having a good time with it, and I expect to continue. We'll see what more I can add, and we'll just go from there. I do have everything pretty well organized now, so we'll see what happens. And of course, be sure to subscribe and like and share this video. Let folks know what we're up to here. And there we go. Now for the fair program, it's printed on soft stock, which doesn't present a real good quality for reproduction, but there's a lot of pages and many pictures. There is no story inside. What I do have is a preliminary article written by LA Times motor racing guy Shav Glick. And we also have an article from the following week by Don Gilchrest, which recaps this week's from the Midwinter Fair. So we have a preliminary and an after. Here we go with Retro Racing Reports from El Centro. Story by Shav Glick. Stock car veterans Bubby Jones and Dean Thompson, rumored to be on the brink of retirement, will be back at it again this year in the CRA California Racing Association Series. They've won the last 5 championships, Jones in 83 and 84, Thompson in 80, 81, and 82. CRA, the oldest sprint car association in the country, will open its 40th season this weekend at the California Midwinter Fair on the Imperial County Fairgrounds, 3/8 mile dirt oval in El Centro. Both Jones and Thompson will be there in new cars. Jones in a new BJ chassis owned by Frank and Kathy Lewis, and Thompson in a new California Gambler owned by Bruce Bromley. The races, Saturday and Sunday afternoons, with the Midwinter Carnival as a backdrop, are the only daytime events on the schedule. This will be the 29th year that CRA has raced as part of the Imperial County festivities. Billy Garrett and Jack Gardner won the first year in 1956. Fairgrounds racing preceded CRA competition, however, as front-engine Indy cars raced on the original mile dirt oval in the early 30s on the Pacific Southwest AAA circuit. When Ernie Triplett, a 5-time competitor in the Indianapolis 500, and 2 others were killed in an accident March 4th, 1934, racing ended on the mile oval. The track was shortened to a half mile when the sprint cars began running there in 1956. Then last year, the track was shortened again. Both Jones in 83 and Thompson in 76 have won midwinter races, joining an illustrious list that includes Jim Hurtubise, Parnelli Jones, Jim McElreath, Bobby Olivero, Ron Schumann, and Al Unser Jr. Leland McSpadden, who finished second last week at the Copper World Classic in Phoenix International Raceway, is coming in from Tempe, Arizona to battle the CRA regulars. McSpadden won a midwinter in 1979. This will be a landmark year for the CRA, as its drivers will venture east for the first time to compete in the CRA United States Auto Club National Sprint Car Series, besides running the 40 regular scheduled races on the West Coast. So they'll be racing at Terre Haute, Indiana, Wichita Falls, Kansas, Lawson, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Dallas. He didn't say Texas. We all know where Dallas is. The CRA USAC Series will start March 9th at Manzanita Speedway in Phoenix and will be part of the Ascot Park opening night at March 16th. We do have results from the events of March 2 and 3. The handwriting is kind of scribbled, I understand. Well, we'll make sense of it with this article from Don Gilchrest. This is from the USAC Craco CRA Championship Sprint Car Race at Ascot Park of March 16th. So this is a couple of weeks after the event, but it wraps up our story for us. Story by Don Gilchrest. Imperial, California, Saturday, March 2. It's been a long time coming. In fact, I thought I was quietly retired. Those were the first words of Jimmy Edwards of Phoenix, Arizona, as he stepped from the Corky Chumley Metro Plumbing Special after winning the 30-lap feature in the opening race of the Craco CRA Championship Series at the California Midwinter Fair on the 3/8-mile dirt oval at El Centro. Edwards ran CRA years ago before moving to the Pennsylvania area where, in his words, he had won many events, some of them very prestigious, and then he retired to Phoenix. A year and a half ago, car owner Chumley called him up to run at Canyon Speedway in Phoenix. I told him, I don't know the track or the car. Edwards not only drove the car, but he won the feature. That's the last time I drove a sprinter and the last time I won a feature. This is a great thrill winning in CRA for my dad, who owned cars for many years, he added. Edwards started on the pole in the 30-lap feature and went wire-to-wire with Ricky Hood subbing for a 16 Thompson in the Bruce Brahmy car. Hood was right on his tail the last 13 laps. For Hood, it was the first time back in a race car after his accident at Manzanita Speedway last October. Gary Howard finished third in the Agajanian Enterprises 98 Junior, followed by Eddie Worth, Brad Knopfsinger, Leland McSpadden, and Jeff Haywood, who brought the Alex Morales Tamale wagon from 19th starting position to 7th for the best passing job in the feature. Before a capacity crowd with the fair in the background, Arizona sprint car champion Richard Griffin started out the day with fast time at 19.684. Eddie Worth won the trophy dash with 10-lap heat races going to Jim Laurie to 4th, Rick Unger, Walt Kennedy, and Jeff Haywood. Tom Stahl won the Consi, while John Redican won the 12-lap semi. Anthony Simone had the only flip of the day, while the feature event went caution-free for a new 30-lap track record of 9 minutes 54.85. For the Sunday event, Jimmy Sills of Sacramento aboard the Lovell Brothers Bud Light Special added another chapter to his racing feats as he ran away with the 30-lap feature in the second day of the Craco CRA Series sprint car action at the California Midwinter Fair. Starting 5th in the 20-car field, the Sills grabbed the lead from pole sitter Gary Howard on the 5th lap and held off the field for his first CRA feature victory. For the second straight day, Jeff Haywood in the Alex Morales Tamale wagon had the packed grandstand on his feet as he charged through the field from 14th starting position to finish 4th for the best passing job in the feature. Sills moved into second from his third row start on Steve Wadden's opening green flag and took advantage of a caution flag on lap number 5 and was never headed as he held off Eddie Worth in the Davis-Worth Racing Incorporated Special for the win. Chasing the front-running duo to the finish line were Leland McSpadden, Haywood, Mike Sweeney, Ricky Hood, and Rip Williams. Mike Sweeney, with his car smoking from a power steering leak, nabbed quick time at 18.966, with Eddie Worth won his second trophy dash in a row. 10-lap heat race winners include Brad Knopfsinger over Bob Mealy, Ricky Hood over John Redican, Dwayne Fiduska over Eddie Worth, and Rick Unger over Haywood. Mike Sweeney went wire-to-wire from the pole to win the 12-lap semi. Chuck Becker Jr. with a daring pass moved by rookie Kirk Alexander to win the 6-lap Consi. For the second straight year, Eddie Worth came out on top of the 2-day show with the most points to be crowned King of the Fair. So there we go, folks. If you stuck with me this long, I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and all that business. And thank you for sitting through Retro Racing Reports number 100. Thank you very much.